Ahan, we will do chanting. Chapter 2, Sloka 41. Vyavasayat
व्यवसायात्
mika buddhi
का बुद्धि
rekeha
रेकेह
kurunandana
कुरुनन्दना
bahushakha
बहुशाखा
ayantascha
अयन्ताश्च
buddhayo
बुद्धयो
vyavasayinam.
व्यवसायिनां
Shloka 42. Yamimam
यामिमां
pushpitam
पुष्पितां
vacham
वाचं
pravadantya
प्रवदन्त्य
विपश्चितः
पश्चितः
वेदवाद
वेदवाद
रतः पार्थ
ततः पार्थ
नान्यदस्तीति
नान्यदस्तीति
वादिनः.
वादिनः.
श्लोका 43. कामात्मानः
कामात्मानः
स्वर्गपरा
स्वर्गपरा
जन्म कर्म
जन्म कर्म
फलप्रदां
फलप्रदां
क्रिया विशेष
क्रिया विशेष
बहुलां
बहुलां
भोगेश्वर्य
भोगेश्वर्य
गतिं प्रति.
गतिं प्रति.
Now the meaning part. Shloka 41. So Sri Krishna ji has covered the topic of body and soul and primary duty. Now Shloka 41, and in Shloka 40 he said that he will be discussing about the Buddhi Yoga, that is of gaining the knowledge. Now in Shloka 41 we will see what Sri Krishna ji is saying, and I hope you all have said that Sri Krishna ji, we are offering the class to you, meaning Vyavasayatmika, result or focus, Buddhi, intellect, Eka, single, Iha, on this part, Kuru Nandana, that is another name for Arjun, descendant of Kurus, Bahu Shakha, many branch, that is not focused, He, indeed, Ananta, endless, Cha, and Buddhaya, intellect, Avasyam, of the irresolute or not focused. So here Sri Krishna ji is calling Arjuna as descendant of Kurus, that Kuru Nandana. And he is saying the intellect of those who are not on this path or focused and their aim is one pointed. But the intellect of those who are not focused or irresolute in many branches. That means thinking too many things. So now here Sri Krishna ji, from this shloka, Sri Krishna ji began to provide with a practical toolkit of techniques that would enable him to conduct his Swadharma with equanimity of mind. So this shloka explains the first technique in this toolkit, maintaining constant focus on the goal. So what is this? Now we can take this situation. You are attending the shloka class, but in your mind, too many thoughts will be running. What will I do after the shloka class, or what will be doing tomorrow, or something other, no? Some important meeting with someone, or you're going out, your plans. So this is what Sri Krishna ji is talking, that we have to be focused on one thing at a time. We should not think too many things while doing one task. Now we are doing this Gita class, so we should focus only over here. And we should not focus here and there. Our mind our mind travels on horses. So how fast the horse run? Horse really run fast, right? The same way the mind also run really fast, like horse. And it runs in all the directions. So we need to control it. We need to focus on one task, what we are doing. So here Sri Krishna ji is also saying that you need to focus on one task and you should not focus on and not to focus on all the directions. So there is a story, like you must have, there is a story of Arjun where his Guru Dronacharya has said to aim the bird's eye on the tree. Yes, who remembers? Ahan, do you know the story? No, okay. So now all the
I just
students.
remember that part.
Okay, so there were many students and the tree was very far. And the guru has told all the students to aim the bird's eye. Nobody was able to see bird in that huge tree, but Arjun was able to see bird and the eye, and he's focused and targeted. So how Arjun
Ma'am,
was?
so ma'am, Arjuna had the sage had asked him if he could see the tree, if he could see him, the sage, or if he could see the bird. Arjuna had said that he couldn't see anything except the eye of the bird.
Correct. So that has to be the our focus level. You know, so what actually why Arjun was able to see, because his focus was very high. He was only focusing on that. Others were getting lost and they were focusing on too many things. So what we learn, that whatever we do, we should focus on that particular task and not to think of too many things. Our mind will go, but we need to control it. That is what Sri Krishna ji is telling, that focus on your task and not to focus on all the tasks. Where when we focus on too many things, we end up in doing nothing. We don't get success in anything because we are putting all our focus little by little all over. So this is very important. If you focus on one task, it can be anything. It's very, simple thing what Sri Krishna ji is saying, but it is very impactful. It really works. If you see, if you are studying and if you focus on that subject and you focus on that part, the topic, and you do it, you will finish it in half an hour. But your focus is here and there, you're thinking so many things, you will not be able to understand only that topic. No? Come on, Ahan, explain.
Ma'am, Sri Krishna is saying that the intellect of those who are on whose aim is one pointed will always success. Like if we focus on studies, if we focus on that topic for more, we can finish it on in half an hour if we focus on that more. But if our mind is thinking other things other than the studies, then we will take more time to finish. But those who, yeah, that's what it means. What the shloka says.
Very good, thank you. Now, Shloka 42. Yam imam, all this, pushpitam, flowery, vachanam, words, pravadanti, speak, avipaschita, those with limited understanding, Vedavadarat, attached to the flowery words of the Vedas, Partha is Arjun, na anyat, no other, asti is iti, thus, Vadina, advocate. So now Sri Krishna ji is saying, those with limited understanding get attracted to the flowery words of the Vedas. They are only interested in the rituals promising worldly well-being and presume no higher principle is described in them. So what Sri Krishna ji is saying, that there are certain type of people who want instant results. So they look for the results. Like why he's saying that flowery words of the Vedas. If you go to any astrologer or any some other pandit or sage, you will say, I have this issue, so I want to resolve it. They will recommend you some puja, some dan, some yagna, and you do that and you get the results. So few peoples are more, no, they are more interested in those, but they are not understanding that the goal should be higher. You know? So here it will come later that we should focus on moksha. So why we should focus on moksha? When we focus on moksha, all these things we will get it by itself. Sri Krishna ji will just give you without doing any yagnas, without spending so much of money. Because doing a yagna also, it cost a money, 10, 11,000, it goes to lakhs. But just by chanting the Gita shlokas, you can attain everything. That is the beauty of Gita. That is the kindness of Sri Krishna ji, that you don't have to spend so much. No, it comes later in the chapter that you just offer water with through devotion, with through bhakti, and you will get everything. So here Sri Krishna ji is talking about those type of people who have limited understanding. Those who are not ready to accept the new knowledge, those who are not ready to understand what Sri Krishna is trying to make them understand, is that they should chant the shlokas. So this type of people who have limited understanding, they run behind all those astrologers or the pandits who show them all the flowery, worldly results, that you do this, you will get this. You do this puja, you will get a new bungalow. You do this puja, you will get good increment. No, that is the limited understanding. That is not accepting the new knowledge. That is not accepting the knowledge given by Sri Krishna. So they run behind the flowery results. What is flowery? What we can see now. Do we know what will happen to the soul when the body dies? We don't know. But Sri Krishna ji is saying, target that you give moksha to your soul. But the people with limited understanding, who are not willing to gain more knowledge, who are not willing to understand the Gita, will run behind the astrologers, the few pandits who show them flowery results. Ritu Bhabi?
Yeah, so in this shloka, Krishna ji is saying to Arjun that you should be focused on a single goal, and people may show you immediate results or instant results in a very flowery, attractive way, but we should not go behind them, and we should achieve moksha. And once you achieve moksha, on the path of moksha, you will get all worldly benefits also.
Thank you.
Thank you, dear.
Akriti? Akriti? Sri Krishna. 1 minute. Dena chabi or Shloka 43. Shloka 43. Kamatmanam, be serious of materialistic pleasure. Swargapara, aiming to achieve the heavenly planets. Janma karma phala, high birth and fruitive results. Paradam, avoiding. Kriya Vishesha, pompous ritualistic ceremonies. Bahulam, various. Bhoga, gratification, the fruit of our efforts. Aishwarya, luxury. Gatim, progress. Prati, toward. So now, Sri Krishna ji is talking about that they glorify only those portions of the Vedas that pleasure their senses and perform pompous ritualistic ceremonies for attaining worldly progress. So they is those type of people who have limited understanding, who are restricted. They know they restrict themselves that they will not accept the new knowledge. So what they will perform only those Vedas in which they get the results. What results? The material results. Okay, if I perform this yagna, nahi, I will gain success. If I do this puja, if I read this Vedas, I will gain success. I'll become rich. You know, with that mentality, so that is pleasure to the senses. Our senses, now we want to wear new clothes, branded clothes. We want jewelry. We want increment. All this, what it is to pleasure our senses. So those type of people who have the limited understanding, who are not ready to accept the new knowledge, will focus only on those Vedas which give results, instant results. So they are not ready to do other things which doesn't promise any no worldly pleasures. Like Gita shlokas doesn't promise any worldly pleasures. Sri Krishna ji never have said that no, if you chant Gita shlokas, you will become rich, you will become successful, you will get good marks. Nowhere he has mentioned. So those type of people will not be interested in all these things. They will say, I am not gaining anything. Then why should I do that? But if I do some other yagna or if I perform some other puja, I will get, no, I'll become rich, I'll get bungalow, I'll be successful. So this is what Sri Krishna ji is talking about. No, this certain type of people who are more interested in getting the results, worldly pleasures. Okay, Mamta ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. So here, in these shloka 41, 42, and 43, it is all about Gnana Yoga that Sri Krishna ji is telling to Arjuna that there are there are a kind of people where they are not at all clear about their ultimate goal.
You know,
Because of that, they have many confusions or uncleared aims regarding their own desires, so they don't focus on one thing, and secondly they always run behind materialistic things to fulfill their desires, and they never turn up to the path of knowledge. They don't consider the path of knowledge as the ultimate goal, which also brings the materialistic things into realization. They always want the flowery results, the instant results which they get, which they believe that they get through pujas and yagnas and homas, etc., where they spend enough money for achieving that. So they are very satisfied by achieving by spending more money and performing all these pujas, and they believe that they receive whatever they want. The desires are fulfilled only through this and not by gaining knowledge and accepting new knowledge, the knowledge of God and the path of moksha.
you, Akriti, please on your camera. Thank you. We'll do one more shloka. Shloka 44. Akriti, we will do chanting. Bhogeshwarya
Yeshwarya
prasaktanam
Prasaktanam
taya parita
Saya Parita
chetasam
Chetasam
vyavasayatmika
Vyavasayatmika
buddhi
Buddhi
samadhau
Samadau
na vidhiyate.
Navadiyate.
Thank you. So this shloka, bhoga, gratification or the fruit of our effort, Aishwarya, luxury, prasaktanam, whose minds are deeply attached, taya, by that, aparita chetasam, bewildered in intellect, Vyavasayatmika result, buddhi, intellect, samadhau, fulfillment, na never vidiyate occurs. So here Sri Krishna ji is saying, with their minds deeply attached to the worldly pleasures and their intellects bewildered by such things, hence they are unable to possess the resolute determination to bring their intellect to a state of equanimity. So what is equanimity? It is to train our minds to be equally reactive to the situation of happiness or sorrow, success or failure, or just like how we react in summer or winter. So we need to train our mind that it should be equanimous in all the situations. It is not always we will have happiness, or it is not always we will have sadness. So it keeps changing. In life, everything comes and goes. So Sri Krishna ji says that we have to train ourselves that we are equanimous in all the situations. So in shlokas 42 to 44, Sri Krishna ji is explaining why only few people are able to understand the Buddhi Yoga and the principle of equanimity. There are a lot of other distractions that don't allow our minds to focus on Buddhi Yoga and equanimity. So the distractions are luxurious lifestyle, thinking of too many things instead of focusing on one goal. Yes. So Sri Krishna ji is saying that we need to, so we learned here, what we learned here? Two things, that we need to focus. We need to focus on what we are doing. And we shouldn't think of so many things when we are doing a task. It can be anything, like you're cooking, you're studying. The way the small kids play, their focus level is so high when they are playing. Or the way we watch the screen, our focus level is too high. Do we think anything else beyond when we are watching the screen, when you are watching a Netflix or you're watching a movie? You're totally engrossed in that. Your focus level is too high on that. The same way our focus should be high on all the tasks, and we should not think too many things while doing a task. You can try this. It's a very good trick. If you focus, we can finish our task in very less time. And if you're not focusing, you will not be able to do your task so efficiently and quickly. And we have to train our mind to be equanimous in all the situations. It is very difficult, but it is not impossible. By regular practice, we can train ourselves, and by chanting the shlokas. So the people who with less intelligence and who are restricted themselves by gaining more knowledge will not be able to will not be able to be on the path what Sri Krishna ji is saying to focus and to be equanimous on during all the situations. Okay, Akriti, your turn.
Sri Krishna says that if we have too much focus on something, we can finish it faster. Or if you're thinking of something else, we will not be able to finish our task.
Very good. Thank you so much. Any doubts? No doubt.